Hi, the topic is merge sort. So for understanding merge sort, first of all we should know what is merging. So let us know about merge, that is merging. See, merging is a process of combining two sorted lists into a single sorted list. So if I have two lists, let us say A is one list, B is one list with some set of elements like now there are two lists given and I have taken equal sizes. They can be of different size also, but they are sorted. Now let us see how we can combine them such that the result is also sorted. So I will prepare a third list, that is C. These lists can be in array also, or they can be in linked list also. So irrespective of data structure, just we are looking at two lists. Now let us understand how to combine them. So for each list, I need some index pointer. Let us take I here and J here and K for this C list, which is in the beginning of empty list. Now procedure starts. The procedure for merging is like this. Compare A of I with B of J. If A of I is smaller, then copy that one here. And the element which is copied there, you move index, and this index also moves to next location. Now next, compare A of I with B of J. This is smaller than this one, so copy this element and move to next element here. And here also move to next free location. Continue. A of I with B of J, 8 is smaller, copy this one. Then move to next. And move K also to the next. In the same way, if I continue now, 9 is smaller, 9 is copied, then it will move to the next one. Then 12 and 15, 12 is smaller, 12 is copied. Then it will move to next one here, and 15 and 17, so 15 is smaller. Then it will come to this one, I will move here, and these two are compared, 17 is smaller, and finally K will be on the next free space, and I is still here, J has crossed the list. Now we can see that one of the list has finished. Now remaining elements are there in one of the list. Here in example, list A is having some remaining elements. So simply copy those remaining elements. So that's it. I got a third list, that is with the sorted elements. So we have combined two lists by comparing the elements from each list, and whichever is smaller we have copied them and we got a sorted list. This process is merging. The property of this process is that if two lists are already sorted, then the result is sorted. So the important thing is the result is sorted. Now let us look at the time taken by this process. If I say this list is having m number of elements and this list is having n number of elements, then what is done here? M elements and n elements are copied here. So this list is having m plus n element. So what we did, just we compare the elements and we have written the list here. So the amount of time taken for moving the data from here to there is theta of m plus n. Though the time complexities are written just using variable n. But for merging, we use theta of m plus n. So this resemble becomes a notation for merging. M plus n means, okay, merging is being done there. So this has become like a notation for merge. Now we have understood merging. I will write on the algorithm or a procedure for merging. What the procedure I have shown you, same thing I will write on the code there. Algorithm merge, which takes list A and B and their sizes m and n. Algorithm merge is taking two lists AB and let us say M and N. It depends, whatever you like, you can pass the parameters. It depends on you. Now, what we are doing here? We have taken I, that is at beginning place, and J also at beginning place, and K also at beginning place. Initially, if you remember, that means I is 1, J is also 1, and K is also 1. So I am starting the indices from 1 onwards, not like C, C++ where we start from 0 onwards. So for making it simple, I am starting from 1 onwards. Now what is the procedure? We compare A of I with B of J. So if A of I is less than B of J, then in C of K, I should copy A of I. If this is smaller, copy this one and move I and K also. So K++ and I++. If this is not smaller, this is smaller, else in C of K++, copy B of J++. This process will continue. That's what we have seen. Compare them and copy whichever is smaller. So this process will continue. How long? As long as I is less than or equal to M and J is less than or equal to N. The size of the list is M and the size of this list is N. This process will continue. And once this process completes, this loop completes, we know that any one of the list will have some remaining elements. Like in our example, 18 was remaining in the first list. So I should copy the remaining elements. So we don't know in which list the elements will be remaining. Maybe in A or maybe in B. See, if suppose here I have few more elements, 18, 19, 25. So there are 3 elements. So I is pointing here. From here onwards, I should copy all the elements. Means wherever I is pointing, I should copy all the elements. Or else, here I may be having some elements. 19, 25, 30. So J may be here. So wherever J is, I should copy rest of the elements. So here I write for wherever I may be, don't initialize it, let it be at the same place wherever it is, and I is less than equal to M, I++, and in C of K++, copy A of I. So I++ is already there, so just I am saying copy the remaining elements from list A to list C. Otherwise, if there are some remaining elements in second list, then copy the remaining elements from second list. This procedure for merging. Here, this procedure, this while loop is for comparing and copying the elements. Then the first for loop is if there are any remaining elements in list A, copy them to list C. Second for loop is if there are any remaining elements in list B, copy them into list C. This is merging. Now let us see if there are more than 2 lists, then how merging is done. Let me take more than 2 lists. Now here I have multiple lists. Let us see how I can merge them. So I can compare first elements of all these lists and copy the one which is very smaller. So as 2 is smaller, so I can copy in the final list as 2. Then as this is taken, now I should go on to the next element of this list. Now the smaller one is 3, copy this 3. Now as I have already taken this one, then I should go to next element of this list. So I should compare 4, 5, 8, 4. And this 4 is smaller, 2 are there, so I can copy the first one. So now this is completed, so I should go to next element here. So I should compare 6, 5, 8 and 4, and whichever is minimum I should take that. So in this way I can compare all the elements, first one element from each list and take the minimum one. So at a time I am merging multiple lists together. How many lists? 4 lists I am merging together. So this method, if I take example 4, then this will be called as 4-way merging. it will be called as four-way merging. So as four list, so four-way merging. So as many lists you have, and if you're following this procedure, then it is called as m-way merging. It is m-way merging. If I am merging just two lists at a time, see here I was trying to merge all four lists together at a time. If I merge just two lists at a time, then it is called as two-way merging. And mostly we follow this method, two-way merging. So let us see if I have these four lists, how I can merge them by following two-way merging. Now two-way merging, I can take two lists and get one list. So that will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 and 12. And I will take these two lists and get one list, that is 2, 4, 8, 10, 16 and 18. Now I have two lists and I can merge these two into a single list. So one merge, then second merge, then third merge. So four lists are there, so I have to take pair of two lists at a time, pair of lists at a time and merge them. So I have to perform merge 3 times. This is one way. The other way is, suppose I just take this one, A, B, C, D, 4 lists are there. I can merge these two and get one list, list 1. Then I can merge these two, then I can get second list. Then I can merge these two and I can get a third list. Or else if A, B, C, D are list given, they can merge these two and get first list and merge these two and get second list. Then I can merge these two and get third list. So I have various options available here. I can first merge A with D or A with C also. More than one possible patterns of merging are there. So when you follow two-way merging and you have multiple lists, then you can merge them in various patterns. So we have learned that multiple lists can be merged in various patterns. Now let us look at two-way merge sort. There are two merge sort method. One is two-way merge sort, other one is just a merge sort. Mostly people get confused with the two-way merge sort and merge sort. Actually, there is a minor difference between them. Two-way merge sort is a iterative process, repeating procedure that is using loop. And merge sort is a recursive procedure, a recursive algorithm. Let us talk about two-way merge sort. Already I have explained you m-way merging or two-way merging. Merging means you can merge more than two lists, that is m list at a time. But two-way merge is two lists are taken at a time and they are merged. So we'll follow that one for sorting the numbers. Here a list is given, array is given. Array is having 8 elements and I have to sort this array. But I have to sort this using merge process. So how I can merge? I need at least 2 arrays for merging and that must be sorted. But this single array is given and even that is not sorted. So what I can do is, I will assume that each element in the array is a list. So there are 8 lists containing 1 element in each list. Each list is having just a single element. So if there is a single element, then it means it is already sorted. So yes, can I merge them? Yes, I have to merge 8 lists into a single sorted list. So that's how I will merge all of them. Shall I merge all of them together? No, I will follow two-way merge method. So using two-way merge, I will merge them into a single list that will be a sorted list. So let us do. I will select first 2 lists. Actually these are 2 elements, but I am calling them as 2 lists. Merge them. So what I get, 3 is smaller than 9. So I got one list, that is merging of those 2 is done. I got a single list with 2 elements. Then I'll merge these 2, 5 and 7. Now I got one more list with 2 elements. Next I'll merge these two. So I get 4 and 6, and same way 2 and 8. 2 is smaller than 8. So I have merged these two and I got a sorted list of 2 elements. So I got such sorted list of 2 elements each. Now there were 8 lists. Now I have 4 lists. And I have completed all the elements. So this is first pass. One pass is completed. I have gone through all n elements. Now one more thing. If there were 9 elements, then ninth element will not have pairing with anybody, so that will come directly, right? So don't worry if there are odd number of elements, then that will simply come here, and that may get merged sometime later. And one more thing, when I am merging them, where I am keeping the elements, they are not kept in the same array A. Definitely when you merge two lists, you need to store it in a third list, that is third array. So here I have two lists in a single array. So after merging, I need one more array B where I will be keeping this result. So remember that when you merge, the result has to be kept in a separate array. But I want the result in A only. Okay, copy it back from B to A. So if there is an array list, if there is an array A, then the elements are merged and we get the result in B. Then all these elements will copy them back to A. So again the lists are in A only. This is what we do. So I am not showing it here. Programmatically it can be done. Now I have 4 lists. I have to merge them. So 4 lists, I'll pick up 2. So 2 lists each with 2 elements. Merge these two. So the smaller is 3, the next is 5, the next is 7, the next is 9. So I have done merging. I got one list of 4 elements. Then merge these two. So 2 is the smallest, and then 4, then 6, then 8. Now I have 2 lists of 4 elements each. And I have completed one more pass, means I have gone through all the elements. So this is second pass. Now I have just 2 lists. I have to merge them and I get a single list now. With 2 is the smallest, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Now I got a single sorted list. This was the third pass. That's it. Now the elements are sorted. Finally, you can keep these elements back in array A. So single array of 8 elements is sorted by using merge process, and that too we are using two-way merging, that is we are merging 2 lists at a time. Now let us do some analysis. How much work is done in each pass? So I am merging n elements in this pass and again merging n elements in this pass. So together total n elements are merged here. So actually 8 is n here. How many times this is done? How many times it is done? 3 times. 8 elements, 3 times. So if you see this one, 8 elements were there, 8 lists were there. They are divided and we got 4. So they are divided by 2 and we got 4 lists. Again they are divided by 2, then we got 2 lists. Again that 2 is divided by 2, so we got 1 list. So finally this is 1. So how much this is? 8 is divided by 2 raised to 3, that is becoming 1 list. Finally we have stopped when it became 1 list. So this is 8 is equals to 2 power 3. So how many passes? 3 passes. 3 passes. So this is log 8 base 2, that is 3. So it means log of 8 gives me 3. So I can know the number of passes by taking log of that number of elements. So it means how many passes are required? Number of passes log n, whatever the number of elements are. Now in each pass n merges are there and likewise log n passes are there. So total time is n into log n. Yes, I can take it as theta because there is a class available for this function n log n. So the time complexity for two-way merge sort is n log n. This is the working of two-way merge sort.